obviously chemistry research or kind of the hard science research, but a lot of it is sourced papers, analysis, cause and effect. It's the exact same thinking process, but just more on a global, international kind of relation scale. But it's still the same thinking process, the same research, even presentation-wise. I think it's even what we learned here. Tell them what you're going to tell them, tell it, and then tell them what you just told them. Kind of the same principle applies. Short, concise writing. It's honestly kind of all the same. It's what you do here, except instead of chemistry, it's more policy level.
My parents have asked me this question as well as we've discussed this. Like, would you have gone back and done that instead? Like, knowing that this is where you ended up, would you have saved a lot of money and probably a lot, that would have been a much easier path, I think, than chemistry. And every time I say no, because I think the way of thinking as both a scientist, but as a scientist coming out of Carnegie Mellon is very different than how my classmates thought. So even within physical therapy, like I'm working with a human patient, but I'm going through that same, doing an observation, like what's my question, what's my hypothesis, and figuring out, using that to figure out how to treat the patient most effectively. I also think my ability to go into the research and to read about these things is definitely something that was cultivated here, which I don't think a lot of my classmates had the ability to do as well as I could.
In the chemistry program, you're forced to watch yourself present, take feedback, improve upon it. That's something that is literally done in the professional world outside of school. Already done that. The writing skills that you learn, frequently people comment how impressed they were with my writing ability, despite me having really no writing experience outside of a lab or professional research setting. Being comfortable with what you're presenting, knowing how to convey something simply to a non-science audience, really all those skills, and also just how to work on deadlines, how to handle multiple projects of different lengths. It's kind of just the real life skills that basically, if you can get through CMU as a chemistry major, you're going to have multiple legs up on anyone else that you interact with in the world after school, whether that be grad school, industry, some sort of policy level job.
We come out of here knowing how to read, how to write, how to go into the research, how to talk to people. Yeah, you mentioned education. Like, I'm all the time educating my patients on what they're supposed to do at home and how to take care of themselves and what their diagnosis means, and the way to speak to them is something we really learn here. So I think a lot of those skills that you learn within the context of chemistry, you can apply to just about anything.